Good day everyone, I will be presenting large language model for clinical diagnosis, a prospective multi-phase benchmark against human physician. I will start with the background. Clinical diagnosis is a complex and high-risk healthcare task. Doctors need to make decisions based on symptom, medical history, examination, and test result. However, some diseases have similar symptoms and patient information may be incomplete, which can lead to diagnostic error and affect patient safety. The National Academy report also highlights that diagnostic error remain a serious problem in healthcare. Recently, large language models have shown potential in medical question answering and clinical reasoning. For example, study on medical LLM shows that this model can perform well in medical question answering tasks and may support clinical reasoning. Therefore, it is important to evaluate whether LLM can provide accurate, safe, and reliable support in clinical diagnosis. Next is the challenges. Good performance in medical exam does not always mean LLM are safe. For real clinical diagnosis, real cases are more complex and a scoping review found that bias, privacy, and real-world complexity still need to be addressed. Another challenge is hallucination, where LLM give confident but incorrect medical information. Study on LLM safety highlights the needs to evaluate factor consistency, potential harm, and hallucination rate before using them in healthcare. Therefore, this research is important because it compares LLM with human physician and evaluate accuracy, confidence, hallucination, robustness, and impact on doctor decision.
I'm Lim Yu Sheng, and the part that I'm going to present today is the motivation. The motivation of this study is that clinical diagnosis is often difficult because many diseases can share similar symptoms. Human doctors rely on their experience and medical knowledge, but they may also face time pressure, heavy workload, and complicated cases. At the same time, large language models can quickly process patient information and suggest possible diagnosis. This creates a possibility for AI to support doctors in clinical decision making. However, because medical diagnosis is high risk, large language models must be carefully tested before they can be trusted. Therefore, this study is motivated by the need to compare large language model AI with human physicians and evaluate whether AI can safely assist in diagnosing diseases.
Let's move on to the dataset. The dataset employed in this study, the disease diagnosis CSV file, consists of 2,000 synthetic patient case that record all the medical diagnosis issue and treatment. So each record is structured in the CSV file format, and it includes the demography, 3 presenting symptoms, 4 vital signs, and final diagnosis, severity level, and just treatment plan. It can be used for developing the machine learning models or rules-based system for disease prediction and healthcare analysis. Confusion metric confirm a high accuracy in distinguishing the broxistic and from the pneumonia. With only one misclassification, respiratory distress flag appear across the multiple conditions, so not just ones. So the PCA clustering also rewind the meaningful patient grouping by a symptom and vital sign. The fever heat map highlight the high temperature as a key marker for the fluent and pneumonia. Diagnosis follow a 4-step pipeline. Firstly, the clinical task is defined generating a differential diagnosis and suggesting the initial management based on the patient's symptom and vital sign. The output format is rank list of possible diagnosis accompanied by the reasoning and recommended next stage. Secondly, the data preparation involves the pre-processing data structure, analyze the symptom and converting the category symptom into the standardized text. So thirdly, the choosing architecture is RAG, which means combine a retriever embedding model such as Beer stored in the FISS vector base with a generator such as the ChatGPT 4.0 and the Meditron. This design ground the output in the evidence, reduce the hallucination, and it allows transparent citation of the supporting case. At last, retrieval training might be enhanced through the consecutive learning, and it provides a strong baseline to move on. We also construct another is multi-phase benchmark human physician. Here, the study employ a prospective, random, and control multiple phase design involving the 20 both certified US internal medicine. So physician with median with 9 years of experience. This clinician were paired by the experience level and rendered into the executive toast good in phase 1. Generalized physician provide the baseline differential diagnosis and revise them using either the standard search resource or the AI assist tools. So in phase 2, the specialized physician produce the gold standard diagnosed clinician based on the output. This rigorous protocol ensure that the physician judgment remain the reference point against with AI performance was measured, allowing a meaningful assessment for the diagnostic accuracy, reasoning quality, and lastly, the potential of AI assist decision support.
Moving to the experimental outcomes, the primary benchmark data I'm presenting is drawn from the peer-reviewed clinical study published in JAMA Open Research. Evaluate the AI models against 164 real-world clinical scenarios, carefully divided into 60 common medical cases and 104 complex cases. Looking at the common scenarios, advanced LLMs demonstrate exceptional capability, which models like Cloud, GPT-4, and Gemini frequently exceeding 90% of diagnostic accuracy, and Cloud 3% occasionally achieving a perfect 100%. This baseline reliability is further validated by recent study in Frontiers in Medicine, which confirm that frontier MMs consistently maintain up to a 94% accuracy rate across easy and moderate difficult clinical challenge. However, the ultimate test was the complex multi-stage case. In this complex case, patient details were reviewed step by step to mimic a real doctor workflow. As expected, overall accuracy dropped across all models, but Cloud 3.7 still emerged as the top performer, achieving an impressive 83.3% accuracy rate. To put this into perspective, supplementary data from a 2026 PubMed Central study shows that even in exceptional, difficult cases where human physicians' accuracy falls below 40%, models like Cloud 3% can still maintain a 86.5 accuracy baseline. In short, frontier LLMs exhibit highly robust diagnostic reasoning, adapting successfully even with complex evolving patient data.
I'm Rampo and I will be presenting our personal insights. In our opinion, this research shows that LLM have strong potential as clinical decision support tools rather than replacement for physicians. Models such as GPT-4 and Meditron can generate accurate differential diagnosis and support clinical reasoning, especially when combined with retrieval augmented generation (RAG). Recent studies also suggest that advanced LLMs may achieve performance comparable to physicians in some diagnostic tasks. Therefore, the main value of this research is demonstrating how AI can help reduce diagnostic errors and improve efficiency in healthcare. However, the study also highlights important risks such as hallucination, bias, and overconfidence. LLMs may produce convincing but incorrect medical information, which could negatively affect patient safety if used without proper supervision. In addition, researchers found that LLMs are still sensitive to incomplete or misleading clinical information. For this reason, we believe future healthcare systems should adopt a AI and human collaboration approach, where AI assists doctors while final decisions remain under physicians' responsibility. Overall, this research is significant because it shows the potential of trustworthy AI to improve future clinical diagnosis and healthcare deliveries. And that's all from me.
Frontier large language models like ChatGPT have achieved remarkable medical milestones. Tiffany Kong and colleagues demonstrated these models can successfully pass the USMLE, while John Ayers and colleagues found they frequently display superior empathy compared to human physicians. Yet, safe clinical deployment remains a significant challenge. As Karen Singal and colleagues emphasize, clinical medicine requires complex reasoning far beyond simple encoding knowledge. Even though models like GPT-4 excel on standard benchmarks, as highlighted by Harshal Nori and colleagues, their real-world confidence calibration and hallucinations rate remain poorly understood. This gap is critical in complex diagnostic. Recent 2025 work by Xing-Tian Yang and colleagues show LLMs can accurately diagnose highly challenging cases. Deploying uncalibrated models carries a severe risk of inducing physician anchoring bias. To address this, our methodology leverages deep reinforcement learning. Our prospective benchmark will optimize model calibration, mitigate hallucinations, and rigorous quantify how LLM-generated differentials impact real-time physician decision-making within a simulated clinical environment.
This is our reference together with this. That's all from us. Thanks for watching.